What's up, everybody? Michael Gardiner here, founder of Done For You Meetings and B2BOutbound.io. In today's video, we're going to talk about something that I learned from managing large amounts of clients at one time, and that is why you should rate your clients. And I think this is a really unique concept. It's definitely a little bit more advanced. It'll be harder to take things away from this if you are just starting, but it's a concept that was taught to me by an agency owner who's significantly larger than I am in terms of his agency size, and it's been awesome in terms of improving client results, improving profits, and just overall making the agency a better business. So let's start with a really basic business principle here, the Pareto principle or the 80-20 rule. I think mostly everybody watching my channel probably know what this is. Essentially, it's a theory that 80% of the output from a given situation is determined by 20% of the input. For example, if you have a bunch of ways you get clients, more than likely one of those ways brings in 80% of the clients. Or if you have 100 clients, most likely 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your clients. So I think most people already understand this concept. If you don't, there's some great videos on it. I recommend checking it out. And the whole idea here is that the same will apply to your clients. 20% of your clients will give you 80% of your headaches. 20% of your clients will give you 80% of your revenue. 20% of your clients will give you 80% of the joy that comes with actually running the business. So how can we focus on the positive 20% and how can we eliminate the negative 20% within our business? So the goal is going to be to eliminate clients we can't help as fast as possible. Ideally, we don't even take them on, but if we do take them on, how can we get rid of them out of the door as quickly as possible? How can we give more attention to clients that we can help, and how can we help them as fast as possible? How can we make more money per client? How can we do less work since we're working with less clients and also working with the right clients, which is just as important? And how can we remove clients that drain mental energy, again, allowing us to do better work for the right clients? How can we identify and reward clients who are easy to work with to encourage them to continue to be easy to work with? All right, so let's talk about what we can rate a client on. We'll talk about the action steps we take and how we actually do this. So these are just some examples. This will depend on your business. This is different than what I actually rate clients on, but it's roughly based on it. Decency to deal with. How decent are they to deal with? Do they give you a lot of problems? Do they make you happy? Do they energize you? Do they drain you? Do you wake up, look at Slack, like, oh crap, this idiot messaged me again? How decent are they to deal with? Their level of ambition in terms of growing with you. Do they want to continue to grow with you and they want to spend more money with you? Or are they capped out at a certain level of inventory or market and they don't want to grow? How easy are they to deliver results for? Do you have to break your back to just do okay for them? Or there's other people that you can barely work and it's just so easy to get them results? Is there a limit to how long you can work with them? For example, inventory or total addressable market. How much are they paying you? How profitable are they? Just because they're paying you a lot doesn't mean they're very profitable if they take all of your team's time. How much of your time do they take? How satisfied are they with your service? Are they constantly complaining here or there, or unhappy, upset? How fast do they pay you? Do they pay on time? And this can be continued based on your business, your situation, but these are some things, some questions you should be asking about your clients. So let's go ahead and look at an example here. All right, so this is a really basic example. Obviously, to have more questions, let's say we had 3 clients here, client 1, 2, and 3, and we're asking, are they decent to deal with? So client 1 is going to be fantastic to deal with. Client 2 is fantastic. Client 3 is a bit of an asshole. It's a 1. Makes my team unhappy. Makes me dread looking at Slack. Are they easy to deliver results for? Client 1's a 4. Client 2 is a 5. Client 3 is a 3. How well do they pay us? Client 1's a 2. Client 2 is a 4. Client 3 is a 2. Is there a limit to how long you work with them? Are you going to run out of inventory because it's seasonal? Or is there something stopping you from continuing to work with them? And we can look at this and say, okay, well, it's really obvious that I need to put even more energy into client 2. Never want them to leave. Client 3, they need to go. So what a lot of people do is they put even more energy into client 3, trying to save client 3 so you don't have to lose client 3. In reality, they're just neglecting client 1 and 2, and then client 3 is going to drop anyway. So if you just said, client 3 needs to go, I want to put this energy towards client 2 and client 1, maybe charge client 1 a little bit more, that is a much better way to run your business. Now, obviously, this would be filled in with all of your clients. You'd have a whole bunch of different things you rate them on. On my team, we actually assign weight to different questions. For example, if they're treating our team very bad, that's a very high weight. So, that weight of that question versus another one will differ. So we also add weight where it's appropriate. So what should you do with this new data if you start collecting it? And in terms of frequency, I recommend collecting this data on a weekly basis. So let's talk about what to do with clients who score well, who score okay, and who score poorly. So for clients who score well, give them bonuses. Give them a extra deliverable, or give them a book, or give them a training, extra attention, a consulting call. Make sure your communication with them is on point. Like when we have a client that's really like a whale client, they're perfect, we make sure that their dedicated account manager is talking to them every week if they want to talk every week. We potentially let loose on some rules. I mean, you drop back a couple rules that you're normally really rigid on because this person has earned trust that he's not going to take advantage of them. You put more energy into them generally. Instead of testing out one idea a week for a campaign, you test out 2 or 3. Figure out what makes them good and look for other similar businesses and individuals to work with. Let them be first to test new ideas or concepts you roll out. Let them have the joy of being the guinea pig for new things and getting to see those results and get extra time and energy put into their campaigns. Capture a testimonial. The list can go on. It obviously depends on your business, but you want to make sure you're doing as much as you can for this client. Clients who score okay, you want to take the action steps needed to figure out whether this client has the potential to be great. So when this client's okay, it's can I make them great, or are they just going to be stuck here? And if they can be great, you need to put in the work and the best effort you can to make them a great client. And if not, you have to decide, are they okay just staying okay forever, or until they naturally drop off, or should you accelerate that process and drop them off faster? Because sometimes someone's okay and they're always going to be okay. Maybe they'll be okay for 6 months, but they'll pay you for 6 months and it makes sense. Sometimes someone's okay because your team has neglected them and they could actually be great. So you need to identify what situation you're in and then take the appropriate action. And clients who score poorly, you need to decide whether it makes sense to give them a final push or a final test. If they score poorly, this could be your fault, but it can also be their fault or a combination. So decide, is it worth trying one more time to turn them into an okay client and then from an okay client to a great client? If so, define what is the goal of passing the test. You don't want to just say, oh, we'll keep trying. Like, set a really clear goal. Is the goal to hit a certain return on ad spend or to get so many meetings? Like, what is the goal based on your service? And it's defined as passing the test. And if not, either drop them or suggest changes. So for example, if it's that, you can't scale them any further because their inventory is small and you're on performance basis and it makes sense, then offer them a retainer where it does make sense. So if a client is good to you, but it just doesn't make sense for other reasons, normally you can do a change in pricing, either to consulting or to service, just something that can make them a good client. Or if they're just not a good client because they're complaining, they pay late, do not be afraid to drop them, ideally as fast as possible. Clients that treat you bad will not just start randomly treating you well. Even if you're getting bad results for a client or treating you badly, if you get them good results, they're still going to treat you badly, most likely. So the result of doing this is going to be more profitable clients, easier clients to work with, happier clients, more attention available to give to each client. Again, that brings in happier clients and more profitable clients and much, much more. It's one of the best things that you can do for your agency, especially if you're at 20, 30, 40, 50 onwards clients, and you really need to optimize your team's time and to make sure that you're not spending too much time in one area. And the funny thing is, a lot of times the clients that take the most energy of your team and they're the most expensive and unprofitable are going to be those poor clients. And I see all the time where somebody has a great client who never complains and they never get attention. And they end up dropping off silently because, well, they were always fine. But imagine you put all of your energy into them, or not all, but a lot, and made them even better. You're bulletproofing that this is a client that will stick around for years. So if you did enjoy this and you want more, go ahead and subscribe. I make videos like this on a weekly basis. Or if you want even more hands-on help, b2boutbound.io is a training program myself and my business partner Felipe have, showing you how to build badass outbound sales teams for your agency. Or if you want somebody to go ahead and do it for you and book calls on the calendar, ideally this is for agencies already doing multiple 6 figures a year, check out dfymeetings.com. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.